Time this afternoon and for inviting us to such a wonderful and important event, the 8th Annual Carol Fitzgerald Memorial Fund Community Celebration. I want to begin by introducing the three of you, and I'll start from left to right. Mr. Marcus Fitzgerald, you're the youngest son?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And of course, Larry Fitzgerald Sr.
Original.
The original. And Larry Fitzgerald Jr. It's an honor and a pleasure to spend this time with you today. Chat with us a little bit about this event, what it means to you. You gave a very compelling speech last night, Marcus, and I could tell that it was definitely heartfelt and that this is heartfelt for you. Mr. Fitzgerald, your wife passed away several years ago from breast cancer, and that's what inspired the event. So just share with us a little bit why this is important to do every year and why the particular charities that you've selected are those that are the most close and personal to you.
Well, Carol was an incredible woman. I met her in high school, and when I met her, I realized I was going to have to change who I was to make myself better, and that's what I started doing. And so we were able to get together and focus on finding a way to start a family and get a family going and dealing with the battles that you have to as a family, and a husband and a wife. And my career was here in Minnesota, but I was born and raised in Chicago, and that's where I met her, Finger High School, and that type of thing. And so when we came here on a mission, and that was to have a great family. We lost our first son, Isaiah, and Larry was our firstborn, and Marcus is our second. And so Carol was an incredible woman from the standpoint that she loved people, and she just had a charisma about her that was magic, and she found a way to, it's amazing, find a way to make everyone that I've ever known believe that they were her best friend. And she would give you the clothes off her back, literally. And she did so many things for so long to do her community good. And so I went along with it. I mean, it motivated me because I had my career and continue in media, but she had her career and her desires, and boy, I tell you, she really hit it head on. When you're dealing with HIV and AIDS in our community, and the incredible 75% numbers in Minneapolis, particularly among blacks and African Americans, it's frightening, it's scary, it's dangerous, but that was part of her job, of going out and communicating with these families, sharing that unfortunate news, but yet giving them cheer and making them understand there are ways to go about battling it. And so Marcus and Larry, as children, got to go along with her and see some of those stories. And so they got to see death in many ways, because some of these people lost their lives. They became friends of ours, and it's an amazing thing. And Carol, of course, had breast cancer, and when she found out she had it, I remember going to the doctor with her, and Dr. Crutchfield said, "This is a real mean tumor." And Marcus kind of tipped her off that it was something, because he told her there was a lump in her chest. And so it was something that we thought as a family we could defeat, and for 7 years we battled it, and I never thought we'd lose. But we lost her, and so we wanted to make certain that we continue to work in the areas that were very important to her, which is obviously breast cancer, and helping those and having them understand it, that prevention is the best way to go about doing it. And of course, HIV, AIDS, and education. That's number one in our family. Making sure that you give yourself a chance, and that's what education does. And so what we're trying to do is help people recognize that you have a chance, and if we can help you better that chance, that's what we want to do.
It's an awesome thing that you're doing, and bringing the public awareness and the community togetherness through this effort is equally as amazing. Marcus, talk with us a little bit about what it was like to accompany your mother at some of the events that she held and attended. What was that like, and how old were you?
Well, she would always do so many different things in the community. She had so many friends that she wanted to truly help. And I know that my mom is she would reach out to those people who nobody else would give a chance to. And so when you see that, it makes you think about times before, how, like Bible times, how people that used to help, Jesus used to help people that were so sick. Mom used to help people that were with AIDS, who nobody else wanted to deal with. And so basically, if you can make a person feel that good about themselves before they pass, and they have no idea when they're gonna pass, but my mom was just the best friend of them. Imagine how God's gonna pay you back when you go. And so the thing with losing my mom with cancer is I knew that when she left, I said, this was God just taking her because it was her time. I never allowed myself to get in the mindset to say, you know what, I'm mad about this happening. Because I said, I saw what she did when she was here. And so when you fight cancer for 7 years and you beat it 2 times, third time it's like, okay, well, it's obvious God wanted her. So up to at that point, it was like, I need to be a leader and pray, say, you know what, keep my family right, keep my family together, because I've already saw all the hard work she put in and all the relationships that she built. That way she did it, because she even brought me Larry and my dad around these people, so we were able to help people who else give a chance to, because the world doesn't want you to see and help out people that look like that, or who may not have nothing. The world wants you to think like that, but your heart tells you something different. And my mom had a big heart, so she taught us how to use our hearts. And that's why when you give, you always get back double fold. And I've always tried to treat everybody who I come around with respect, and I do everything, because guess what? Life is too short. So when I'm gone, I can say I did everything for everybody that I could, and I have no regrets, and that's what life is about.
You're absolutely right. I couldn't have put it better myself. He twists me when he speaks, because you're so real and you're so honest with what you're saying. How old are you, may I ask?
26.
So it's just interesting, because the youth of today don't necessarily hone in on things the way that you have, and I love that you have such a strong spiritual background and mindset, because that is really what it's all about, is giving back. And obviously, Larry Jr., you have given back quite a bit and used your celebrity status to raise awareness and consciousness. Talk a little bit about that for us, if you would.
I feel as though it's my responsibility. My mother, she was somebody that was extremely active as my father, she said before, something she was passionate about her people. Something that I share with her. I remember days going with her to meetings, the Circle of Love, and spending countless hours over there. And I remember as a 10, 11-year-old child, I remember hating having to go over this. Mom, I'd rather go to the gym and play basketball. I'd rather go do this. But she made me realize at a young age that it was important to give up yourself. Even, not necessarily we didn't want to do it, but it was the right thing to do. And so as I've gotten older, those lessons that my mom has taught me, just by example, it's paid dividends for me. And it's allowed me to really see what was important. Because a lot of times when you get in a position, athlete and celebrity, or, in the spotlight, your view of things gets skewed. And I think that the foundation that my mother had built with me, it's kept me on the straight and narrow in terms of knowing what priorities were. Always making sure I'm always coming back home and addressing the needs of the people that are around. And so I just feel like it's my producer responsibility to continue to give back to this community. Without Martin Luther King Park and places like this, I wouldn't be in the position I'm at. My brother wouldn't be in the position that I'm at. My dad wouldn't be in the position. It takes a village to raise a child, and I saw that firsthand with the experiences that my mother showed me as a child.
Again, I commend the three of you gentlemen for the work that you're doing in the community, and obviously to you younger men for the example that you set. It's wonderful. We will be doing this feature in True Magazine, which is a brand new online magazine. It's community-based, and we do much of what you do. We get back. So we're around at a lot of events. We're focusing and hoping to uplift the community. We also feature celebrities, so we'd love to do a spot on you, separate from this, obviously, because I hate to say it, but it takes a celebrity to get people to open the book sometimes, you know what I mean? So it would be great to do that separately if we can speak with you about that. Right now, if we can do just a photo op, but what I want to do is a feature on this event by itself. And I think it's important, I don't want to take away from it. At a later date, I'd love to do just a feature of you by yourself, but I want the focus to be on your wife and what this celebration is about, and I want to be able to pull numbers into it. I know that you've raised a lot of money over the 8 years that you've been doing this, and I saw a list of several of the different charities that, boy, there are lots of them, charities that you've given to, and I know that you're going to be passing out some checks here shortly. So just thank you again for the opportunity to speak with you. And if we can take a minute to just take some pictures. Be okay with you guys?
Sure.
Great.